But I'm glad you're here, though. You said teaspoon of olive oil and lemon juice will knock it out. It will knock what out? Let's be clear, my dear. But we welcome you in here. Welcome in, y'all, to the Crystaline Show. I am your co-host, Mrs. Duuble Jones. I am the lady with the stones, the come here's and the leave us alone. And I'm a spiritual guide to assist you in this life in any way that I can. Do you understand? Let me hold your hand. Head over to the website, crystalinemars.com, for any spiritual tools, gems, jewels, services that you may need. Thank y'all for sharing this space with me. And also, y'all meet us here on the 1st, y'all. That is what, on Saturn Day. Lori Smith talking about she never says hi to me, so I will. I didn't know you was in here unless I literally clicked the eyeball to see all y'all in here. And even when I clicked the eyeball, it only showed a few lovelies. But my mama always taught me, when you enter a room, you speak. When you enter the room, you speak. I spoke. I said, hey, peace, lovelies. I said hey to everybody. You ain't say hey. Y'all know I'm gonna get y'all. Don't be doing me like that. Don't do me. I know you just playing, but I ain't. You know it's all love. I don't be ignoring y'all or like trying to skip any of y'all out. So when y'all be coming in the comments, I be like, don't do that. Don't be doing that. She ain't say hey to me. Head ass. Hey. But yes, y'all. Saturday, meet us here. Meet us here on Saturday night. We're gonna be pulling some names for the raffle to see who wins what. So head over to send y'all love offerings in. Shit, $5 equals a name entry. And we also gonna be pulling names for the spiritual service raffle. So all of y'all who get readings and things on live and the clearings and things, you get a love offering. I mean, you get an opportunity to win, a chance to win 50% off any of our spiritual services. Okay. So let's go ahead and get on to the message of the day. And the message of the day is some shit's gonna definitely catch you off guard. Something's sneaking up that you are not even thinking about. I just channeled that part. It could be something that you like, that you're waiting for. It could be something that you, because it's a lot of things that you have going on. It's a lot of things that you're kind of waiting to clear out, to come in and things like that. But something's definitely gonna catch you off guard for sure. And I picked the energy up first off because I blinked and the new moon is Thursday. And I said, fuck, I didn't even record a video. So I had to hurry up and do something real quick. So I will be uploading a daily energy, but the new moon video, the new moon is on Thursday. It peaks on Thursday at 4:44. And the video for that will not be posted until the night before. So there's definitely like this, you're not getting too much of a heads up. But it's definitely some things that are going to be everything you needed and some. Okay? So that's the message of the day. And yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the daily energy and let's go ahead and move on. Peace, Keisha J, TT, Austin, Regiment, Emma, and Nerul. Peace, Blaze. Look, I gotta say hey to Blaze head ass because Blaze is doing that same shit. She said hey to me today. Duuble didn't say hey to me today. So if y'all want a live reading tonight, y'all can send y'all love offerings, and y'all know I'm gonna fuck with y'all. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. Ain't nothing but to do it. What's the day? So we're covering the daily energy for. Ooh. Okay. The daily energy for 2025. So this is going to be a day of effective communication. Like, it's definitely this energy where it's going to be straight to the point. You're going to be getting straight to the point. They're going to be getting straight to the point. We're going to be getting straight to the point. All right? So don't take nothing personal. Don't take nothing personal. Because it's really personal. All right? Spirit's definitely calling for you to be ready to be quick on your feet. There could be some quick shifts. A lot of things that are happening. And you don't really have too much time to think or plan like you may have thought or like you may want. There may be a very intense emotions that arise. Positive, negative, demise. Again, don't be distracted by the illusions and the confusions here. Don't get caught in crossfire and anger. Okay, road rage. People around you may be in their feelings, and the energy is just to not be moved. I channeled that energy again for that energy came up again for like Thursday. So there's definitely this theme of do not be moved, and don't let your mood be shifted, your energy be altered by anything outside of yourself. Even like the positive, honestly, like spirit's not calling for you to, just be like, don't celebrate certain things, but let's try to lean more into the positive neutral state. And so I channel, what else? It may be a very busy day, full of productivity as well. A lot of you are going to feel the need to change your routine, right? And go against the grain. Like I know today, normally we do like our red light. Normally we do our red light, and that's how I get like my solar energy, because I don't go outside too much, being that it's cold outside. I don't really like going outside and stuff and getting that straight solar energy. But today I like opened my blinds all the way up. Like I pulled the blinds all the way up. I didn't open them. I pulled them all the way up, so I was exposing the entire window. And I was doing my exercise. I've been doing good, y'all. I've been doing my exercise for like a little over a week in a row now. But I was doing my exercise and I was on the ball, and the way I positioned myself was the sun was beaming directly onto me. So I definitely got some sun gazing. It was a window that was in between, but I still got what I needed. And I was like, ooh, I like this. I'm gonna have to switch my little routine up. And I see I get my vitamin D in a different form. I may not get the breath of fresh air right now in this moment, but I can get that solar charge like I need to. So it may be just little things like that. Obviously not like that, but it could be the littlest things that you find like, ooh, I like this, and so you may feel called to change your routine, to go against the grain. And you're definitely going to have some fearlessness energy arise on this day. We do have 999 energy because Tuesday represents 9. The daily energy adds up to 9. 225 adds up to 9. So we have a lot of this energy here that is going to be supporting us. Mars did go direct. We talked about that. So, yeah, you're definitely going to feel charged and fired up on this day. So get it done, whatever those things are. The crystals I would recommend for today are clear quartz, black kyanite, fire quartz, and tiger's eye. And the ritual that I would recommend that you book is the Kundalini activation. And the colors for the day are yellow, red, and blue. So y'all go ahead and spam the comments. You know what to do. I always go to the almighty God and the almighty power of that chopper, sister, brother, son, daughter, motherfucker, got the Maserati on me. But if I'm a look, you can't catch them, you can't stop them. I go by them goon rules. If you can't meet them, then you stop them. Anybody, like, y'all remember when this song first came out, a Millie? I knew it. I just can't. It's been a minute. I'm ill. A million here, a million there. Cecilia, bitch, your long hair, like coconut dairy, yeah. I don't know. I'm not about to waste our time. Come on, we gotta get to the damn the damn tarot tea time, you and me time. Hey, my baby. Kyla said yes. He was just in Charlotte. I was about to say, where is CLT? I'm like, what is that? But I was ill. You was ill, eh? How you been doing, Kyla? Did you activate the throat chakra yet? You know what I'm talking about. Did you exercise the throat chakra? Hi, John. Okay, so let's see what we got. You like a window you ain't got. All right, let's see what we got here. Y'all, I'm going to make some more necklaces like that. Y'all interested in this style? I'm doing, I had like some custom orders that I'm currently working on. And so this is like this is a golden healer choker that she ordered. But I was thinking about making some more of this style necklace with different stones. Cause I only sold like 2. I only made like 2 of these ever. And so I was thinking about bringing some more. Would y'all like this style? You said Lemma, hell no, with everybody but my mama. His mom had dreams and pulled up on us. Oh wow. I love a good choker. You already know. No care. I love the first one you made so much. Ashay, you said raise it. Can't be seen over comments. Oh, my bad. You said I like that. Ashay, Graffiti said my favorite style of yours. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to make some more. They aren't really like, only thing I don't really care for is it's like tedious. But like I could knock them spirals out like real quick. Like I think I did like 3 spiral necklaces in like an hour. But this will take me about a little over an hour to do. But whatever. This what it looked like. LA. C3. CMV. You put a pendant on yours. You did. I yours. The stone from the raffle win. Of course. You know you had to do something with that. You said that's crazy because the spirals look more tedious. No, they're not. It's just a brrr. All right, let's go. Come on, y'all. So let's see what we got. What we starting with? Hold on. Thank you, Keisha J. And Love Homemade. Every time I say her name, I think about lemonade. Lemonade. You remember that, Mom? Lemonade. Who over there on Facebook? Look at what you're looking at. You ain't said nothing in the comments. Who is that? Hey, you. I see you. I get the first pick Thursday, and I might use that to soften Mama. How can I get a reading, babe? You can send your love offering in down below. It's $15 for a 6-card pull. Anything more, I will exchange energy. Why you say air? What you talking about? You said, I ain't nobody doing no zodiacs. I might do that one night, though, for real. Y'all would want to do that. Y'all know I do the blast. I might do that, bitch. How about that? Like, every now and then, I might do, like, an elemental read as a collective read. What would y'all think? What y'all think? It take about an hour, but that's with me doing it 10 minutes. It take about 45 minutes. So, if I was to do elements, I would have to move y'all reading down to 5 minutes. It would be a 5-minute reading. It would be like a 5-minute reading for each element, right? No, because 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, about 5 to 7 minutes. You said yes. Sashay. You said no reading needed. I'm the one. What you talking about? You said yeah, sounds great. I bet y'all do. I bet it do sound good, head ass. So I might do that like one time out the week or something like that. I'm gonna still probably do the blast, but let's see. What's up for the collective? This is general. I want y'all to move it around, take it as a resonates, leave it done. Okay, so we have radical truth in reverse. We have chaos and destruction in reverse. So this feels like definitely some inevitable energy here that somebody may be trying to resist, but they can't. It is what it is. It is what it's going to be. And it was already destined to be this. Okay, somebody could have been being very dishonest with you. Somebody could have been being very dishonest with you or being dishonest with something because they didn't want to bring an ending to something. But something was destined to crumble here. Something was definitely ready. It's ready to transition over or to break down. Yeah, I'm seeing out of business, out of commission. We got bliss again showing up, and we have balance and harmony here. So again, like I said, something wasn't in harmony, but what's okay, because it was in reverse. Both of these cards were in reverse. That energy I just picked up on, and then both of these cards came out upright. All right, so something's definitely about to be flipped upside down and around. So it's in your favor, though. It is in your favor, though. I am seeing somebody needs to, I'm seeing something about like hygiene products. I'm not sure who used Dove and like I know all of the smelly goods and stuff, but like my skin, I've been having irritated skin lately, and so I've been itching. If y'all ain't noticed, I've been over here down here itching my legs, bitch. And as I'm just channeling my itchy energy, but with this balance and harmony, with all this water, I just started seeing like products with a whole bunch of chemicals and stuff in it. I'm not sure what kind of bubble bath you use, Stephanie Mars. But yes, like get you some more natural like body washes, soaps. Right? We do have some soaps on the website, bubble baths and things like that. Somebody definitely need to start shifting like their body care and going more natural. Okay, somebody maybe experience like super dry skin as well, need to moisturize their skin more. Yeah, because I'm seeing like flaky, scaly skin, like scaly legs. And when I say scaly, it looks like snake skin. Money make the world go round. Bands make your girl go down. Lot more where that came from. All right, let's see what we got. Somebody might be getting caught. Somebody getting caught. I just heard every goodbye ain't sleep, every shut eye ain't gone. Or every goodbye ain't gone, every shut eye ain't sleep. I just randomly thought about my daughter. And normally she goes to bed like 30 minutes before I start the show, 30 to 45 minutes. And she always tell me how, Mom, I heard your reading, I heard the show. And I done bumped her bedtime up 30 minutes. And so she was like, Mom, I can't even hear you anymore. I be asleep. By the time you start the show, I be asleep by then. And so I just picked up on as like somebody snooping, or like I immediately saw somebody like looking through somebody's phone. So somebody may be getting caught up. I'm not sure if you're going to see something or somebody else is going to see something. I use baking soda in my bath for dry skin. Ashe. All right, but we have the Two of Wands here. So let's see what this is about. This is a decision about moving. We have the Seven of, okay. We have a decision about moving here because this Two of Wands is the card of travel. Moving, this could be across the world, this could be across the state, this could be moving jobs, this could be moving relationships, this could be moving mindsets, this could be moving stuff around the house. Again, move it around as it resonates with you. But we have the Chariot in reverse. So this is something coming to a halt. So Spirit's calling for you to come to a halt. Something's about to come to a halt. Halt. 1, 2. Let me see. Watch it all fall out. We have the Seven of Wands. Okay. 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 Spirit wants you to come to a halt because some of you may be trying to escape or remove yourself from an environment or something like that for peace, a peace of mind, or whatever it may be. But I see something not giving you what you think. Like, you may be good over here, but you're not going to be fulfilled over there. It's like, I channeled this a while ago, and it was something along the lines of, I think it was for the daily energy, but I'm not sure. But it's something along the lines of like you getting a job that pays more, but it's not fulfilling. It's not fulfilling. Yet, if you stayed where you were, because that's the thing too, it's, okay, let me finish my thought. If you stayed where you were, you could have been fulfilled and could have allowed for things to move around to actually bring that energy in without you having to go chase it or go get it. So Spirit is about to definitely bring some things to halt. Some of y'all are about to feel some restriction in regards to like maybe you're just trying to make an impulsive move because Spirit like, hold on. Hold on, not just yet. But you may be resisting it because you're tired of waiting. You may not see a way. You may not see another way, but you do see a way, right? A path may have been opened. You may think the grass is greener on the other side or whatever, but Spirit's like, let me show you how green your grass is. Hold on. I'm getting the fertilizer. We're going to remodel this whole backyard. That's what it's giving. Like somebody's like, oh, I want to just get a whole new house. And Spirit's like, no, we're just going to remodel where you are. We're going to remodel where you are. We're going to pull up the cement in the back. We're going to get that deck decked out for you. You're going to get new flooring or whatever. Some of you still may actually move. It just may not be at the location you were trying to move at, the distance you were trying to move at or whatever. But, yeah, because with this 7 of Wands, I'm just seeing how she's like protecting her peace, but you see this one wand is protruding and it's like entering the bubble. All of the other wands are underneath her, but it's this one that popped the bubble. And so that's why I'm feeling this energy where it's like you think that this is going to be the thing that makes you feel whole and complete, but somebody's bubble is going to get popped. Somebody's bubble may get popped very soon. I don't know if that's yours and or somebody else's. Something about red or pink pants may be significant. With all of these wands literally look like all these wands I have back here. I'm about to make some wands for y'all. I know Melanated Queen has our pink one, but look at all these wands. That's just what I'm seeing here. Okay. So we have 4 wands right here, and it's something about your foundation. We have the green, that's the heart. We have the blue, that's the throat chakra. We have the orange. Okay, so this is the sacral chakra, the solar plex, the heart, and the throat. Okay. So things definitely, it wasn't going to happen on your time. It had to happen on divine time, because with this yellow wand, it's given like you may have been trying to bend somebody's will. You may have been trying to force something. And Spirit was like, that wasn't you can't force anything. All you could do is you could control yourself. You know, you can work on yourself. But with this sacral chakra, it does. With this sacral and this heart, this is something that is like near and dear to you. Something that you really, really love. It could have to do with children, a partner, or just like the outcome of your job or something like that. And you may have just been like trying to force it. And Spirit's like, that wasn't for you to do. But with this throat chakra, you're being called to be honest, though. Be honest. All right. Some of you are being called to exercise this throat chakra and just put yourself out there. Put your heart out there. You know, put your pride to the side and be honest. But then it's also one of the things like, are you going to fight for what you love? Are you going to fight for what you want? And when I say fight, it's more so, are you going to hold your vision? Are you going to be like, well, okay, and leave it up to some other beings, some other entities to block things off for you? Or are you going to say, no, like, I'm claiming this? Prime example, it was a lovely who owed me something, and I was trying to give her time, and I was like, well, I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna just because she told me she was gonna pay me this day. She ain't pay me that day. I let time go by. And then I reached out. She was like, oh, I'm gonna pay you next week. Next week came. She still didn't say nothing. And I was like, well, it's okay. I'll just get it when I'm supposed to get it. Like, I'm not really in the arts of running people down. I'm just gonna trust that it will happen when it's supposed to happen. Bitch, 3 months went by. I said, oh, hell no. And I reached back out like, excuse me. And I got what was mine. But if I would have just been letting it, time go on, that lady she would have never gave my money. Or she would have gave it to me whenever she thought about it. But it's one of them things where it's like, claim what's yours. And there's going to be a certain level of serenity that has to be had as far as like especially when it has to do with other people and things outside of yourself. But you can hold on to your vision for surely. All right. So with this four, with these wands here, the initials V, W may be significant. L, T, M, A. But with these wands here as well, this 4 is representing that Uranus energy, those unexpected changes here. So something about to shift. Like I said, somebody's bubble about to be popped. Somebody's bubble about to be popped. But okay. Let me see. Yeah, it's time for me to get busy with these wands. Yeah, and my machete back there too. Yeah. Huh. Okay, I see. Yep, we have Leo energy here. Somebody could be dealing with a Leo, but this Leo is that willpower again, that strong. Are you holding on to your vision? Are you holding on to your vision here? And the enemy could be trying to use somebody else to like lure you in. To like lure you in some other direction. Like, come here, come here. And they're like feeding into this illusion and making you think that it's one thing. And it's like, it's not in alignment with what you truly desire. But it could be some beauty there. It could be some kind of quote unquote blessings there. Or something that is, you know, satisfying or appealing to the eye or something like that. But it's like you will have to sacrifice something or leave something behind. And is that what you want to do? Is that what you want to do? I remember I had a conversation with Logas a long time ago. And it was something I was expressing where I was like, this is what I want now. And he said something along the lines of like, see, that's the difference between you and me, because you're coming from a perspective where you're like, I want this now. And pretty much if I don't have it now, then I don't know what the future going to look like. And he was like, but for me, I have the perspective where it's like, I'm going to ride till the wheels fall off. Like this is what it's going to be. This is what I want. And even if it takes a lifetime to achieve it, I'm going to do that. You know, even if it takes a lifetime for it to manifest, even if it takes a lifetime for it to heal, I am going to ride. And I was like, And so that may be where some of you are as well, where you're like, you know, like, are you going to risk it all for this thing? This thing that you're so tethered to? Or are you getting frustrated because it's not happening yet? It's not happening yet. It's not happening yet. And that was really a perspective for me, because I was like, damn, like, do I really want it to where I'm going to like be patient and trust and work towards it and align with it and call it in and, you know, hold on to that vision? Or am I going to be like, well, now or never? So if it's something worth having, if it's something that really holds weight to you, hold it. Hold it. Yeah, we have the Two of Swords. So this is definitely a big decision here that's going to really make or break you. And I can't say break you. It's just it's like somebody going to miss an opportunity if you don't. I say slow the fuck down. Give it another year. Give it another few months or something like that. For real, for real. Because it's like somebody is... I see, especially as we move into Aries season, Aries is very impulsive. And it's like, don't move too fast. Don't move too fast. This time last year, I made a very impulsive decision in Aries season. And I'm still recovering. I'm still recovering from that impulsive decision. Luckily, I was able to recover. But it's not the same. It's not the same. And if I wasn't, and that's the thing, I don't know if you'll be able to recover. I'm not going to say you can't. I'm not going to say you can. I don't know. I did go somewhere today and it was a new face, and I asked the guy, I was like, are you new? You new here? Because I'm used to the staff. And he was like, well, I'm a rehire. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm not saying that some of y'all won't be able to be rehired, but I don't know. I don't know. The energy, the cards are saying slow down. Because for some of you, this move may be so big, this move may be so drastic, this decision may be so drastic that is one of them things where it's like you're not going to be able to come back. Or yet you're going to miss an opportunity that was there for you, but you move so fucking fast. This time last year, I made a big decision thinking that I had to. And as I reflect on that, I'm like, was it already, like, did I have to make that decision? What if I didn't make that decision? Would things still, because things came together as I wanted to after I made that decision, but some things that I didn't want came with it too. And I thought about it. I'm like, was those things, was this always going to come to me? I just got super, super, super impatient at the last fucking minute, and I made an impulsive decision, and now I got to reap the rewards, reap the consequences of those things. And so that's what it feels like with this energy that I'm tapping into for the collective. It's like, you're here. You're here. And some of you are like, well, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for a long time. And I'm not sure if I want to wait anymore. I've been being strong for a long time. I've been being faithful for a long time. I've been being optimistic for a long time. It's not going to happen, obviously, because it's, I'm not going to wait any longer. And Spirit's like, again, I asked that question, are you going to ride? Or is it one of them things where you're just like, maybe I'll see you next lifetime? And that's okay. You do. This is your life. So I'm not here to tell you what to do or what not to do, but I'm just picking up on the energy, and it's like, slow your roll, okay? So I want to pull from the OG deck. Let's see what we got. We have promotion here. All right. So again, you may not see how this can actually grow, right? You may be sharing certain things with certain people, and they may be encouraging you like to, well, I don't know, if I was you, I would leave, or if I was you, I would this, or if I was you. They're not you. That's the thing. They are not you. They're not. They're doing what they want to do. They may or may not be content with where they are. But we have things here for you. And honestly, when it came out, it was like this. It was like I flipped it over. But if I would have flipped it up, if I would have flipped it over as it was in reverse. So it just depends. Are you going to accept the promotion or are you not? Okay? I'm seeing somebody self-eliminate. I'm thinking about like Pop the Balloon. There are some episodes that I've watched on Pop the Balloon where sometimes the contestants would self-eliminate because they'd be like, well, and they'll be down to the last two. And they'll be like, well, I saw the chemistry with you and them, and I just feel like y'all would be a good match. And sometimes the person fucking popped on them. And it's like, bitch, that could have been now, what you talk about? You're not here to be trying to consider nobody else. You're not here to try to pick a match for nobody else. If you want that, you leave your damn balloon there until they pop you. Right? That person could have been vibing with you. That opportunity could have been for you. But because of your insecurities, or you just didn't want to be rejected, you was like, well, I'm going to just reject myself. I'm going to just eject myself. Doing just what the enemy wants you to do. See yourself as unworthy. And when you're in this space, you don't think spirits know? So spirit's going to use those closest to you. Like I said, if I was you, I would. If I was you, I wouldn't tolerate that. If I was you, I would. Again, they not fucking you. They ain't fucking you. They ain't feeding you. A lot of them ain't. A lot of them ain't. All right? So be mindful of what you eat. Okay? Be mindful of what you consume. Be mindful of what you consider. And don't let what you think looks like glitter and you think it's gold have you over here searching for something that's right in front of you. You have somebody talking you out of talking you out of your prayers that are here, that are coming into fruition. Again, because they're not you. They may not even see what's here for you. They're just here to tell you, oh, the grass is green over here. Come over here, come over here, come over here. And then you get over there, you're like, bitch, this is fake ass grass. This ain't even real. No wonder why it's fucking green. The illusion. This is not even real. I could rip this shit up right now. And what I'm saying by that is, like I said, there could be some kind of illusion where it's like something may look like, oh, yes, 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 this is the best move that I could make. And then when you get there, you're like, bitch, yeah, the grass is greener over here, but shit, I'm trying to ground myself and I don't even feel the energy ain't the same. Because this ain't fucking real. You know? So follow what you feel. What does your heart speak? Where is your heart calling you to? And don't forget, we're in this year, this murky ass year. So it's very important that we are intentional and also not impulsive, because this is a 9-year. This is an Aries and Scorpio year. So a lot of us are going to find ourselves trying to run, and if we're not careful, we're going to be chasing shadows. Running from the shadows, but we're going to be going deeper into the shadows, trying to run from one thing, and you run into another thing, and you're like, what the fuck? Damn. But if only you would have set your ass still, turned around, faced the shadow, and seen the shadow for what it was, right? See your fear for what it is. False evidence appearing to be real. And the moment you see the illusion, the moment you see this freaking, like we talked about a few weeks ago, like the mascot, this big ass monster, it's just a puny old human inside. A puny old human with this big ass mascot, big ass head, big ass body, goofy ass shoes. And when you see, like, this is not even what I think it is. Reality is not even what I think it is. They are not even who I think they are, or this is not even, it's not even what it appears to be. So I believe it, therefore I will see. I will see it. But as long as you still have that little inkling of doubt that is somewhere within your being, you will constantly be challenged with the deception of certain things. You will constantly be manipulated. So what are you believing? It's possible. Shadu said, I always feel like I'm in church in here. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen again, bitch. Y'all drop some hearts down below if this is resonating with y'all. We got Ogun here. All right. So Ogun, warrior energy. Like, you gon', what's up? What's good with it? What's good with it? What's good with it? And Ogun clears the paths. Papa Legba opened the door. Ogun clears the path. So Ogun's coming through like, I know you're not wasting my motherfucking time. Ogun's like, you ever be preparing for something? Somebody ever ask you to do something and then you get started and then they come like, oh, never mind or whatever. You like, bitch, you got me fucked up. I could have been doing something else. Or I done put all this energy into this and you tell me you don't need it no more? You got me. Ogun, I literally see Ogun in the middle of a road, and he got like this. It's like a chainsaw kind of machine, And he looking back like, bitch, you got me fucked up with the machine in his hand. Like, motherfucker, you serious? Are you serious? I am done. I'm about to just sweep this little, cause I done chopped the shit up. So now I just gotta like get the little leaf blower. And you telling me you're not about to walk this path no more after we've come this fucking far? You waited this goddamn long. Now you want to turn around? Bitch. You put that much work in and now you ready to turn around? You gonna undo everything you already done did. Seriously? Seriously? To walk another path, the hope that is fulfilling? Childu said, better walk down this dang path I done cleared for you. No, for real. And you put the work in, because remember, Ogun is you. Papa Legba is you. Oshun is you. So you looking at you like, bitch, seriously? Seriously? Really? Because you tired. Go to sleep. Wake up again. Wake the fuck up. Go to sleep so you can wake the fuck up. Because what you talking about? What you talking about? Oshun is you. Oshun is you. Ogun is you. Oshun is you. So Ogun's like, bitch, I'm clearing the way. And Oshun over here like, bitch, remember all them seeds you planted? Here go Oshun ass now. So Ogun was in the middle of the road like, really? And Oshun is in the field with all the flowers and the sunflowers and all of the things, all them times you've been crying. All them damn prayers. All them damn rituals, them damn candles you've been burning, them offerings you've been giving. And she like, you serious? Are you serious? You serious? For real though? For real? We got Taurus and we have new moon. We have Taurus and we have new moon. So with this Taurus is a fixed sign. It's like, sit that ass down again. Sit that ass down again. And we have the new moon here. So the Taurus new moon, if I'm not mistaken, it didn't come yet. Yeah, no. Was it a Taurus full moon or something recently? Well, that was a little while ago. But I don't know. We got Taurus energy here and we have the new moon energy here. So the new moon in Pisces is approaching. And so there could be Taurus, with this Taurus energy, Spirit's like, hold the hell up. There may be some things that come through, some information that comes through, some downloads that come through with this new moon energy, especially with it being in the zodiac sign Pisces. And that's going to be the thing that like plants you. Like, I definitely recommend that y'all connect with your Moldavite, your garden quartz as well. Your black obsidian, your tourmalines. So we have fall. And we have monitoring spirits. Again, if I was you, if I was you, if I was you. And with this fall energy, it's like, and we have finally, bro. We have fall and we have finally. And this is why it's important that you start looking beyond vessels. Okay? And remember that, hey, this is spiritual shit. These are spirits that I'm dealing with. And we got some benevolent spirits, even in my family. And they may not they may like, part of them may have good intentions for you. You know? Part of them may have good intentions for you, or they're just sharing literally what they know. But they may be also influenced by a spirit that is trying to derail you. So it doesn't have to be, oh, your mama got the worst intentions for you, so she's, you know, trying to tell you to do all these things that are not in alignment. No. I'm not saying that your mama is, or whoever this person is, but they may just have a weaker vessel, and they may be influenced by a spirit that is preying on your downfall. But if you sit your ass the fuck down, we got finally here. So things are finally coming to place. The song that just came on right now is Hold On, Change is Coming. Ooh, yeah. It's a simple song. Nah, La la di da di da di do. Hold on, change is coming. All right, so let's see. How can you smile when your world is crumbling down? I said, here's my secret. When I wanna cry, we gotta get ready to celebrate. We gotta get ready to celebrate. Hold on, change is coming. Hold on. Change is coming. All right, let's see what we got. Nobody wanted the live reading today. Y'all in here today. Y'all like, y'all on the edge of y'all seats, bitch. I see y'all, literally. Somebody had popcorn tonight. Something about popcorn. We got initiation here at the top of the deck. Some people like to run away from the pain inside. Now it's your business. I told you, do whatever you want to do. But if it don't work out, here's what you ought to do. Now just hold on. Change is coming. What we got here? Everything that glitters ain't gold. What we got here? Your ancestors approve. Okay? So your ancestors over here. So we had Ogun come through. We had Oshun come through. We got your ancestors approve. And your ancestors like, descendant, are you serious? Descendant, are you serious? Some of your ancestors are connected to this thing. I'm not sure if it's like an inheritance involved or something about they connected to your ancestors, your I don't know. There's some kind of connection with your ancestors. And your ancestors like, we already approved. We already gave you the green light. We already been fighting on your behalf, trying to make stuff shake, but you may not have been seeing everything in the physical realm, right? You just been staring at a clock that looked like the battery is dead. But your ancestors like, no, you already been approved for this. This is already like en route. I'm seeing like a fax machine. So something's about to come through really fast because you know you could fax something and you get it in minutes versus mail. So something's coming through faster now. Something's coming through faster. Mars did move direct, which is going to be picking things up as well. So yeah, and Mars is a planet of war as well. So there could have been some delays. There could have been some delays because some spiritual stuff, some spiritual wars, some spiritual contracts, some spiritual courts had to be held. And now it's like, all right, run it. Let's go. Pay attention to your dreams. So we talked about that too with this Pisces energy here. Some of you may be getting a visit or just have very profound dreams. We have elites. We do have the elite charm necklace in the back. The elite charm necklace, which is full of like that warriorship energy that some of y'all could resonate with. But we have high ranking and we have elites here. All right. So there could have been some things that you just had to like be ready for. With like this higher calling, with this higher love, with this higher level, you had to be ready. You had to be in a certain energy. So it's like it wasn't going to come through at your time because you wasn't ready. It wasn't ready. Maybe other things were put on your plate that you need to take care of first. Because this thing wouldn't distract you or overwhelm you because you already had a lot on your plate. So as something's moving off of your plate, you now have space to eat what you actually do desire here. Okay. We have breath work. All right, so that's just an invitation for some of you to breathe, do some breath work. Bitch, I need to breathe. Oh, this was my mom's wedding song, Get Me Bodied. And that was one of my aunts who transitioned. She was like bouncing her wig off to this shit. Hey, Aunt Shirley. We have now is the time. You've pondered long enough. Congratulations, you've been approved. Okay, so not only do your ancestors approve, but we have congratulations, you've been approved. I told you. You have big shoes to fill, but there's always room to grow. And some of you have already stepped into something. You could have already gotten a promotion, or you could have already been taking on like these higher ranking like positions or whatever it is, spiritually, physically, at the job, whatever. And you may have just been like, okay, well, I got my feet wet. But Spirit's like, but you didn't fill out the shoes though. You tried them on, and there's still more room to grow. Like I talked about yesterday, that was specific to my mom, but that's a message for the collective, where it's like, you still have more work to do. You have more work to do. And you over here trying to fill in the gaps, or you thinking, oh, so-and-so can do this, or so-and-so wear size 12. No, that is your shoe that you need to grow in. I'm seeing the Roll Bounce movie, where remember when he wanted the skates, but they were like, he wanted to be like the cool guy, and so he asked for big skates. And so some of y'all may have been asking for certain things, and it's like, yeah, so with that, you got big shoes to fill, so let's go. And we're not filling it with tissues. You're going to grow into it. You're going to continue to grow into these shoes to where you can walk comfortably into the life and experience the life that you desire. But we have a divine intervention here. So definitely something's coming. Some intervention is happening, like I said, with that chaos. Okay. And nobody touching me. Keisha J said, I am the woman for the job and the relationship. Ashe. Thank you, Claudio. Say hello. I love your page. Thanks for sharing this space. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Shoes coming, boy. Let me work on you. Okay, so we have negative in reverse, so I'd take that as a positive. Let's see what this is about. We got a new edition. Welcome. Stop, because I was just about to say that. With the positive, I channeled this the other day. But somebody may be really getting pregnant soon, like a slip up. And I'm not going to say it was a mistake, but it just maybe wasn't in the plans. But that's the energy I'm picking up on. Some of you may have even had scares in the past where it was always negative, but it's going to be positive this time. But we have new edition, welcome. So that's why I just ended up saying it, because the new edition, welcome, came out. So some of you may also be getting some news in regards to pregnancy, or somebody, even if it's not you, you may get news in regards to like somebody else in your family who is getting very pregnant soon, getting pregnant soon. But even if it's not that for everybody, because obviously everybody is not going to get pregnant, but with this new edition, this is Spirit, inviting you, encouraging you to welcoming your manifestations, essentially. You said, Lord, no, and I've been sleeping like this. Oh my gosh, let me know. You don't got to say it on the live, but you got to DM me, because one of our lovelies are already pregnant, and she didn't know, and she found out. But we have protection prayer, all right? So with this protection prayer, definitely some of you just need to double down when it comes to protecting your energy and protecting your union as well, because like I said, these outside forces are definitely trying to come in and see where there are weaknesses, and could try to like really plant seeds of doubt and just like bring in chaotic, messy energy. All right, so yeah, we have dark demonic energy here, yeah, and we have Sag. Okay, so that concludes our reading, y'all. I do want to close out with a angel number, and we done for tonight. Congratulations to all of the baby mamas without the dramas, okay? Congratulations to the baby daddies. We got 0110 beliefs. You were blessed with talents and skills that make it easy for you to stand out from the crowd. Embrace what makes you different. That's your path to success. Your dreams will soon come true. So let's just leave that as our declaration, y'all. My dreams will soon come true. My dreams will soon come true. And remember to pay attention to the little shifts that are happening, because it may not look like this big grand thing, but it may start happening in little increments, you know? It's kind of giving like you've been complaining to your partner about little things that they don't do around the house. And then when you notice they take the trash out of something, acknowledge like, thank you, like, for taking out the trash, or they help you clean and they normally don't help you clean. Like, acknowledge, like, give your thanks, you know? Like, hey, I see you. Look at you. Thank you. You know, so even if it's not around your partner or whatever, like, you know, be faithful over the few and you will be blessed with many more. All right, y'all. So that concludes our reading for tonight. Thank y'all for sharing this space. If y'all want any one-on-one services, I recommend that y'all book on the website, crystalinemars.com. But that concludes our reading for tonight. And we're now going to transition over to the spiritual lesson. Bless me with your beauty. We got Slow Down closing out. Slow Down by Bobby Valentino is our closeout song. And that was the theme of the message. Slow down, okay? Sit down. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in the comments. Peace.
What was that last part that you just mentioned about taking out the trash and stuff?
I said acknowledge the little shifts that are happening. Like if you complain about your partner not doing things around the house and then you see that they're doing little things, you know, express your gratitude for the little things that they're doing. Even if it's not the big things, like acknowledge the littles.
Was that in reference to like the reading or something? Today's reading or what?
It was in reference to just acknowledging the little things as a whole, which was.
Or was that the part of the lesson or something
that was just an example that I was using just to reference the little things just to be grateful for. But I just used the partner as an example. My reading wasn't focused around partners.
But the focus on the little things was based on what?
That was based off of, that was just something I just said.
So today's
okay, yeah. Oh, the angel number card. Yes, because the angel number card said my dreams are coming true. And I was saying things are coming into fruition. It just may not look exactly how you expect them to. But nonetheless, even if they are not, be grateful for the little that is coming true and happening. That was it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Kwamisia. You about to change your lesson.
Peace, family. So today's spiritual lesson, I would just piggyback off of what Duublé just said, because technically it was on my list of things to talk about, so it has inspired me to talk about it. Now, counting the little things. So I want you to pay attention to a word that I just used. I said inspire. Right? Duublé said something, so it inspired me to go in that direction. So I'm going in that direction, right? I'm using that energy that she sparked in me to push it. I could have pushed it toward what I was going to originally talk about, which was about a minimalist diet, but I'll come back to that possibly tomorrow. So instead I went this way. Why? Because the energy is there. Now, where I've come to find whether, I mean, it's, and then this is like, it's not even certain people, it's all people, all genders, all races, all, I don't know about all cultures, but definitely in this business culture of America and maybe other Western countries as well, I have noticed that when it comes to romantic relationships, friendships, your family ships, right? Because we're in such a business culture, everything is centered around a business ship. What do we call our romantic relationships now today? Partnerships, right? Well, these are not supposed to be partnerships, your relationships, your friendships. Those are not supposed to be partnerships, but we use the term partner so much in today's time that is spiritually telling us something. That's telling us what the culture is. Partnerships are based off of business. That's a business word. Your partner. Your partnership. And since we live in a business culture, that partnership is an agreement saying, I'll do this and you do that. I do my part, you do your part. And we carry that energy inside of all of our relationships. So when we look at relationships, I mean romantic relationships, intimate ships. I'm gonna say that, intimacy ships. Right? We're looking at intimacy ships, or even your family ships, or even your friendships. People tend to they measure their appreciation or measure their appreciation as well as measure their satisfaction with another being based on how much that being is reciprocating what you are giving, or how consistent that being is in giving, right? So the second part, how consistent, that one's the easy one, right? Do they always, text me, every morning? Are they consistent with texting me every morning? Are they consistent with checking up on me? Are they consistent with letting me borrow money? Are they consistent, like those types? Are they consistent with those actions, right? Which people can definitely take advantage of. But the other one that's even more, that one can be easily fixed as far as the consistency part. Are you taking advantage of, or someone taking advantage of you, that type of deal, right? But the other one is the one that gets all of these ships in trouble. And that is the I'm giving this, so why aren't you giving that? Or I'm giving this, so I deserve more from you. That is a business mindset. That is a business mindset. Right? And in that business mindset, I give this, therefore you need to give this. There will always be, it's in constant, there's a competition always happening. There's a competition always happening. Even if the other person doesn't realize it, but you realize, because you're the one, maybe you're the one, or maybe they're the ones, or maybe both of you are the ones that are concerned about making sure that you receive such and such because you gave such and such. Now, that's a recipe for disaster. Now, me personally, I've for the most part, I've never really been a person who felt, okay, if I give this, then I deserve this back, or I. Now, like if it's a times in need type deal, you need some money, so I hold you down. Later on, I need some money. Will you hold me down? That's a little bit different. I do kind of expect, but even then, if one can't do it, or if one just chooses not to give money, even though I give money to them, I've never been one to hold that against them. You not doing something for me, or not giving something to me, because no one is obligated to give something to you. No matter how much you give to them, no one is obligated to give something to you unless you have some kind of written or verbal agreement. Otherwise, if there's no agreement, no one is obligated to give something to you just because you gave something to them. If you're going to give, then you should give for the sake that you want to give. But because we have such a business culture mindset, we end up giving and expecting and hoping or waiting to receive something back, and that's where so many disappointments happen, and that's where so many clashes happen, when even the other person wasn't expecting, wasn't understanding, doesn't see why is there a clash, right? This is even so when it comes to going on dates, right? Somebody takes you on a date, someone pays for the date, and they're expecting something from the other person. As long as we're thinking like that, it will always be a one-upping type of environment. Instead, it should be I take you on a date. Did I enjoy the date? I paid for the date. Did I enjoy the date? Now, maybe you were expecting, something. Maybe you were hoping for something in return. You did not receive it. Now, you don't have to go on another date with this person. You said, okay, I didn't receive it, that's fine. I'll just move on. But as far as to feel anger, to feel like you're owed something, see, that's the issue. If you're in a family ship and you have a family member that vents to you a lot, and then one day you have something going on with you and you try to vent to them, but they're just not really that supportive. They're really not, or they're listening, but then they keep bringing it back to them. Right? They're not really showing any interest, any real listening support about what you're going on with you. See, they're not doing something to you. They're just not giving you something that you were hoping for or expecting. But once again, no one's obligated to give you something unless there's some sort of agreement that was made. But no one's obligated. So you should not hold it against them. Now, what's the beautiful thing that we should practice is when someone does something for you or does something that's helpful for you, directly or indirectly, it's not really about saying I appreciate, saying thank you, even though there are people who expect that or want that or would like that. And I think that's once again, that's a waiting to receive something type deal. But instead, let that energy inspire you. They did this. That's man, I really appreciate that they did that. Right? I really enjoyed that they did that. Whether it was for me or it just helps me. And then the next thought that comes to your mind of what you could do for them, that might come right away, that might come the next day, but whenever it comes, use that inspiration now to do something for them. But understand, if you flip on the other side, if you're the one who, like I said, take this trash or wash the dishes or whatever, if there's no written agreement, do not hold in your heart this necessity that they have to do something back for you now. Because then that means your heart was not in the right place to begin with. Your heart's not in the right place. Now, if you find, let's say, that they don't do anything for you, or anything that's useful for you, anything that's helpful, anything that's nice, or anything that's supportive, or anything, but they're not doing anything against you, they're not saying anything negative towards you, they're not hurting you or trying to dupe you, trying to manipulate you. No, they're just accepting what you give them. Then there's nothing to hold. There's no need to hold anything against them. Well, instead, you just look at it like, oh, there's nothing really that I'm receiving from them. Therefore, I'm not really feeling any inspiration. They're not re-inspiring me. So since you're not getting that inspiration, you just don't have to continue to do for them. But what a lot of individuals do is instead, if they're not receiving what they want, they get bitter about it. They get sour about it. They get these negative emotions about it, blaming this other person. But that person didn't do anything to you. They just didn't do anything for you. Those are two different things. Someone doing something negative to you is a malicious action that does deserve a reaction. But someone who just doesn't do something for you that they're not obligated to do for you does not deserve a malicious energy. Because then it just creates malicious energy coming back to you for no real legitimate reason. Instead, you just listen to yourself that, oh, I'm not receiving anything. And you know what? I just don't feel the inspiration to continue to give. But what people do is, because we get so focused on what we want the other person to do, even if they're already doing things, if they're not doing things, whatever it is, we continue to focus on what we want them to do, we get upset. But we're not getting upset with them, we're getting upset with ourselves, really. Or we're getting upset with them, but we are upsetting ourselves. And we get upset because we're in a partnership or a business culture or mindset, which is counting how many things did I do, how many things did you do. In any type of relationship that's not an actual business partnership, it's not beneficial to think in those terms of counting. One person might do 30 things, the other person might do 10 things for the other one. Who's counting? If you only focus on how inspired am I to do anything for this person, you only focus on the inspiration part and don't think about what they're necessarily doing for you, just as long as they're doing something, right? Then you'll find that relationships will be very, very positive, no matter what the balance is at the moment. Because it might switch anytime at any other moment. It might end up being 30 for you now and 10 for them. Now, what is important to count, because there is always duality, you don't want to count how many things someone's doing for you. You don't want to count how many things you're doing for the other person. But it can be, you can kind of count. You don't have to directly account, but you can be more aware of, more attentive of somebody doing something against you. Doing things that go against either you specifically, or against your belief system, or against your principles, or against your desires. Right? That is something to take more into account. But you also have to weigh it. Is it that they're doing something against me, or is it something against what I believe, or something against I just desire and hope for? Because those are all different things. See, if they're doing something against you, those should count for bigger points. Because how can you be with someone who's going against you? If someone going against your maybe principles or beliefs, you may need to spend more time trying to understand why their principles or beliefs are opposite of yours before you decide how to take, big points or small points away, because you might find a common ground, or more of some sort of understanding. But if it's just maybe just against just what you may desire, well, from that angle, that's not against you. That's not even against a belief or a principle. That's not any type of core value. That's just what you want. A lot of us have been kind of tricked into thinking that what you desire is the same thing as what is a value. What a value is to you. What you desire, you may desire cotton candy. That's not a value to you. It might feel like it brings value to you as far as because you feel good about it, but ultimately does cotton candy bring value to your life in general? No, it makes you unhealthy. So it's not really a value, it's a desire, it's a lust. A value is something that improves your life in the long run. That makes you smarter, stronger, more balanced. So that is today's spiritual lesson, which is don't count, don't tally up what each other are doing, for each other. Right? If you're going to count something, you may want to count the strikes that they're going against you. And when I say against you, I mean like if there's only a certain amount of principles that you're going to allow for them to be different than yours, that's something you want to count. There's only a certain amount of times you're going to allow them to do something that is threatening to you, that is harmful to you, right, in a very nefarious and obvious and direct way, right, and in some cases even indirect in some cases, right. That's something you want to tally up. 3 strikes you're out type deal. But if it has something against your desires, then you might want to just categorize that in the inspiration, where I'm just less inspired, but also understand that you can create the same thing for other people. Where you don't have to go against somebody necessarily, be a detriment to somebody, but your actions can be more inspiring, or they can actually be less inspiring to that person. you may find this happens sometimes when people are dating, and one individual, the man or the woman, starts speaking less and less to that person or ghosting that person, because maybe some of the things that they're saying or doing is just less inspiring to them. Maybe at first they were feeling inspired, then they started doing certain things that weren't nefarious, weren't against the principle, but they just didn't really desire it, so it made them less inspired to want to continue to talk to that person. Which should then allow you, as a person being ghosted, to be like, okay, well, them not talking to me uninspires me. And I don't need to feel sour or angry about the fact that they ghosted me, because they didn't do something to me. They just stopped giving something to me, which is their time, their attention, right, and their energy. They were never obligated to give me that. We didn't have any type of verbal or written agreement. Ashe. So that's today's spiritual lesson. Now we're going to the Q&A. Peace over to the Facebookers. Peace over to the OGs on IG, and peace to the YouTubers. Ashe. Peace to Kwame Rose. Peace to Legacy Amelia. Appreciate all the likes, shares, and subscribes on YouTube as well as super chats. Ashe. Peace over to the Melanated Queen 90. Peace over to V Unique. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam to Legacy Amelia. Peace to Graffiti, Ashe. Peace over to Maya Jade and to A Taste of Beauty. Oh, A Taste of Beauty, there you go, I got it. Peace to Glitter Rainbow Freak, alright, Shay. Peace to Live with Sheba. Shay. Alright, so let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. God bless, Ashe. Stacy Lewis says, what if the person does not ever show their real face? Okay. And their actions were scammy towards you, wouldn't that be a reason to ghost someone? Well, any reason could be a reason to ghost somebody. Any reason. There's people who will ghost somebody for being too nice, for being too respectful, for smelling too good, for looking too good. People will ghost you for that, for being too responsible, for having too much money. You can get ghosted for any reason. Right? That is that person's prerogative. The problem is not the ghosting. The problem is the issue only becomes is if you feel uninspired to continue to talk to that person because you do not like the way that they move, then you should listen to that uninspiration. But if you let guilt or some other, energy get in the way, making you stay and to deal with that type of energy, and then you start getting angry at that person for being scammy, you start getting angry at that person for being shady. Once again, you're really getting angry. You're making yourself angry because you are continuing to give energy to a relationship here that you feel uninspired to give to. but you're doing it anyway because maybe you feel like you're supposed to. Instead, if you just listen to how you feel about the situation and just step back, then neither you or them have to get in a extreme friction situation. Now, if they decided they want to feel a certain type of way about it, hey, that's on them, right? But there's no need to keep yourself, to go against yourself like that. Right? Lord says the problem is ghosting is not personal, so why care? Well, if you ask me the question, why care? I care about ghosting someone because I feel compassion for everyone. Will I ghost somebody? Yes. Have I ghosted people? Yes. But I still cared. That is a big issue that most people have. Most people, maybe almost everybody, it's almost impossible for them to do an action that they feel bad about doing. It is a very mature level of action. To do the thing you should do, even though and do it before, and do it early, and do it when in the beginning. Even if it makes you feel a certain type of way, even if it makes you feel bad about it. Because I feel bad because I know how it can make that other person feel. It can hurt their feelings. It can make them feel like this or that. But if I feel like it's necessary, then I will do it anyway. And sometimes I don't feel bad because I feel like they really just need to be ghosted because they're doing way too much. Oh, the people who ghost you, who cares? I still care. And I've been ghosted, by people who I haven't even really built any type of relationship, with, who cares? I care. There are people who care. Whether you should care or not care, whether it's low vibration or not, or high vibration, that's not the point. We're all human beings, and I understand the human condition, and some of us do care. That's just part of the game. Right? I never tell people to don't care, or you shouldn't care, or you shouldn't be, or I might tell someone you shouldn't care, but I'll still say I understand that you care, that it bothers you. I'll never tell a person to stop caring, or to stop being afraid, or to stop being sad. Or I never tell someone to stop an emotion, because 9 times out of 8, you cannot control how you feel. That feeling is just a part of you. It's a part of your chart. It's a part of your upbringing. It's in your makeup. What I instead try to do is, tell you not to engage in this action, because you might be feeling these feelings, but you don't have to engage in this action, or try to engage in this action to help you get over that, or try to think about it in this way so that it kind of dulls it, right? Or maybe might inspire you and enlighten you in this other way. I try to just give them a different perspective. But as far as, I don't like the concept. I personally don't like the, who cares type of, thing, because a lot of people care by a lot of different things. Stacey Lewis says, but what if he is a ghost and I give him nickname Ghosty? I don't know about that one, Stacey. I only go ghost when I'm riding a motorbike on fire. Ashe, Legacy. Ashe. How can I ghost the people I don't even know though? This is very confusing. I don't know what you mean by I don't even know. Like you never met them? I'm not sure. So Nicolas Cage will know, Ashe. Well, I care to always have the Holy Ghost to be with me, Ashe, Stacy. Certified Boogeyman, Ashe. So those movies are spooky. Some of them are based on reality, like the Amityville horror. I mean, yeah, all of them to some extent are based on all movies are based on reality to some extent. So sure it can hurt, but why focus on a ghost? Yeah, well, that is a good point. Why focus on it? It's not your frequency to play in. Sure, it's not, but yet that's the thing about pain, isn't it? When you're hurt, why focus on it if it hurts? It's because that's natural. When you hurt your finger, your mind automatically focuses on the fact that you hurt your finger. Right? You stub your toe, your mind focuses on you stub your toe. When so like that's actually why. Now, let's think about it. Most of us nowadays, and it's getting like worse and worse, we're not trained on what to focus on and what not to focus on. Life is very intricate. It's very intricate. And sometimes we try to not focus on pain at all, and then we end up, continuing to put our hands on sharp blades or put our fingers into electrical sockets or put our hands on a hot stove, of life, or we keep engaging in activities without any sort of paying attention to our emotions or how we feel, and we just continue to make we build trauma, but we numb ourselves. We don't feel the trauma until later, until a certain point where we kind of come out of that, and then now we feel everything. Right? It's like a delayed effect. And then there are those who they focus on everything, every little thing, right? Every time you get a little boo-boo, every time you paper cut whatever, everything, you focus on everything, right? And then that causes, an overreaction, and that causes you to be stagnant. So the reasons why we have so much trouble with these things, whether going, being too numb to the pains or being overly stimulated by the pains, is because we're not getting trained, we're not getting groomed as children by our parents and by our family and by our village, to know ahead of time. But that's also because, though, we are taught the societal propaganda and the societal norm now is to say, let the children decide. Let the teenagers decide. Let people just kind of figure it out on their own. And then that's why no one really seems to know what to do. We're supposed to be told ahead of time how to look at the world, how to think about things, or at least present scenarios to the children ahead of time. This could happen, that could happen. What would you do? Do you think this should happen? Do you think would this choice be better? How would that affect you? How would you respond with that? Are you scared of this? Are you happy about that? I do this with my son all the time. Instead of him having to deal with the situations in real time as he gets older, I always present scenarios to him all the time. Some that I'm going through, some that I've been through, some that I might see on TV, on YouTube, or just something I just thought in my head. I'm constantly preparing his mind to think about, they say, experience is the best teacher. But no one said, but experience does not have to be in the physical. If I can get you to experience it mentally, that's just as real as the physical. But if I can get you to experience it mentally, we can avoid the trauma part. We can avoid the trauma. Meaning that if I can get you to experience it mentally, in a controlled setting mentally, you won't be so overwhelmed that you have to call upon a spirit. That you have to shatter your soul, and a fraction of the piece of your soul, turn it into a spirit that you now call upon to protect you. And now you have the spiritual contract with this entity that is really just a portion of you. And now it continues to ride with you for the rest of your life, or until you somehow maybe recognize it or get over it or absorb it back into yourself. But if I just bring up and have you mentally experience ahead of time, that way you can look at it, you can experience it from a third person instead of a first person. And then in that third person, I can bring you into a second person. See, I'm actually going to talk about that. I always wonder, like, how do we have a first person, a third person? Where is the second person? Who is that? What is that? I actually figured out what the second person is today. It just so happened. I received that download today. But anyway, but we'll get into that another time, maybe tomorrow. But if you're supposed to assist, we're supposed to assist. We're supposed to be assisted when growing up. So that when we run into that very scenario or a scenario like it, we can navigate effectively and properly. Lori says they're in the middle state. Well, yes, I mean, this is, if first person, third person, second person is definitely in the middle. That part is the obvious part, Lori, but I wanted a more detailed answer, though, of like, what is second person? See, third person is when you are, you are seeing yourself from the outside. Right, you're seeing it's like playing a video game. You see you see the person that you're seeing all the other entities, all the environment, you're seeing everything. You're just like up in the sky, just kind of watching. First person, you're seeing directly through the eyes. All you see is your hands in front of you. Right. But second person, yes, it's the middle state, but see, what is that middle state? What is that middle state? It is, I'll give like a little glimpse of it. It is a transitional type of state. I will say that. But I'll get a little bit more into exactly what that transitional state actually feels like. Peace to Frida Jeweler. It's been a little while. Peace, peace. Lori Smith returned to sender, a healed version, and step away. Well, that's easy to say, but see, that's not. We have to get away from those one-liners, because it does. In the long run, it doesn't really help people. It helps in the short run, but then it always comes back later on. Peace to my Janae. There's a reason why, see, when I speak, I try to, I have my one-liners here and there, but then I go deeper into the one-liners if I'm going to do that. And the reason why I do that, my Janae says, you can also learn from the experience of others. That's wisdom. There goes one of those one-liners right there, which is a true thing. Yes, you can learn from the experience of others. But let's think about this. What we're talking about, but I'm talking about, when I was talking about the learning, I was talking about children though. I was just talking about children in particular. about how we're supposed to help children, and as children, we were supposed to be helped, right? Supposed to be taught. Yes, learning from others is wise. That is wisdom. That is wise. But see, you have to be wise already. Understand? So just think about it this way. You don't become wise by learning from others. You are wise because you learn from others' experiences. You don't become wise from learning from others' experiences. You become knowledgeable. You collect more data information by learning from others' experiences. You don't become wise. No, it's called wisdom when you take the time to learn from others' experiences, which means you already have to be wise. Wise does not mean knowledgeable. Wise does not mean I already hold the information. Wise means understanding. You understand things. It doesn't mean that you understand how, atoms work, or you understand how, gravity works. That's not what it means. It means that you understand fundamental principles of just existence. It's like hyper common sense. It's like common sense on steroids. It's hyper common sense. Where you have it just means you have it's just a mature intellect. It's a mature intellect. So since most people are not born wise, since most children and most teenagers and even most adults are not wise, then wisdom, then you have to help. Adults are supposed to, I'll put it that way. Adults are supposed to help children construct a wise mind. The elders are supposed to help young adults construct a wise mind. That's what we're supposed to do. See, my goal is not to make my son or my next child as knowledgeable as me, because I'm going to continue to gain knowledge, so they may not ever know as much as I do, and they may not have the same interests to study the same things that I do. No matter how much I teach them, I teach my son all kind of things. There's a lot of it that he does not retain. But I teach it to him in such a way that I'm always trying to wire his brain into a wise machine. I'm always trying to wire his brain into a wise machine. I know he's going to forget the majority of what I teach him. But see, I teach it to him in just what I've told it to him this before. I teach it to you in just a way that you will actually remember a lot of this stuff later down the road. A lot of this stuff you'll remember later down the road because I taught it to you in a way to where we never actually truly forget anything. It's just buried in there. But see, the reason why we have a hard time recalling things that get buried in there, because it's buried in there with no map. That's a whole lesson in itself. We bury information in our brains with no map on how to get there. There's no map to it. There's no clues. But see, I give him information and I fill him with all types of information every day. But I keep connecting it to different things all the time. I never give him a piece of information and don't connect it to something that I've already taught him or that he already understands. Whatever new thing I teach him, I'll connect it to things I already taught him. I'll connect it to things that he already understands. I will ask him questions to see if he remembers certain things, and I'll find a way to make him to remember something, even if he can't remember a few of the other things I'm connected to it. I gotta get you to remember something, and once you remember that thing, I'll connect it to all the other things I previously taught you, and then I'll connect that all to the new thing I just taught you. I'm creating a wiring, a blueprint in his mind, so that when he gets older, a lot of these things that he thought he forgot, he will actually remember. I know this is the case because I know this case. I do it with myself. I spend so much time studying so many different things that there's a lot of things that I have forgotten that I just couldn't really remember. But then when I got to a certain point of expanding my studies, I would watch movies and then I would remember all of a sudden something that I learned in history and science. I would be studying, doing numerology, and then I would remember something, that deals with, relationships, or deals with language, or that deals with the cosmos or aliens, deals with a dream, or deals with, I just start, right? Because I've made so many different connections inside of my brain that eventually I start remembering things that I thought I had forgotten, without having to go back and reteach myself or reread it or relearn it. It just comes back because it never left. I just had to find a map. I had to go discover the map. But see, with my son, I'm creating the map. With the next child, I will create the map. Right? And with that map, he then has a wise mind. And the children have a wise mind. And when you have a wise mind, it's hard to be insecure. It's very difficult to be insecure. There are young people who, because I homeschool my son, and he has, based on his testing, he's supposed to be like a seventh grader. And but his testing is like at a 10th, 11th grader. In some cases, some areas, it's 12th grader. And there have been some young individuals that he's talked to or went back and forth with online, playing Roblox or playing whatever video games. And they said something about him being too advanced, like he shouldn't be that advanced. But that's not the first time I've heard someone say so. I've heard adults say that about really young children that I was teaching. They're too advanced. Like, what? What do you, what? How is that a thing? Right? Well, one, that's just usually their insecurity. But when my son told me that, he didn't feel any insecurity about it, and he just thought he thought it was stupid for them to think that way. He's like, why would I not want to be advanced? That's dumb, right? But it's because I have wired his mind in such a way I don't make him confident by telling him, hey, be confident. I make him confident by giving him the tools to have a superior lens and perspective of the world and a high cognitive ability to quickly assess his surroundings, that it gives him a natural, not even a confidence, but just a peace within himself. So where fear can't just creep up when someone tries to put their fear and insecurities on him, even if I'm not there. It says, agreed, you have to be wise to learn from the mistakes, successes, and experiences of others. Kids can be wise. Kids can be wise, but the majority, and pretty much 99% of them, are not. 99% of children are not wise. I watched my family do stuff I vowed to never do. At 10, I had the wisdom to learn from the mistakes of adults around me. Some kids are wise. Don't sleep. That's not a wise thing. That does not, I don't know what the point of saying that is, Majine. I really don't. Because you're just making it about you and about how you did a wise thing. There's a lot of children who will do that. That doesn't necessarily mean wisdom. A lot of children who will see something they don't like will be like, I'm not going to do that. That's not necessarily wisdom. That's just a natural reaction to something you don't like, right? Wisdom is a lot deeper than that. It has more steps, more layers than just seeing something you don't like and you say, I'm not going to do that, right? Martin says, we all come here hardwired to know certain things. Our birth chart, numerology nodes tell a story and provide a map about where our inherent wisdom is and what we came to learn. Sure. You're adding to the blueprint he was born with. You don't have to create the blueprint for him, just add to it. His DNA's blueprint, birth chart, etc. I mean, imagine that, I understand, but see, you have no proof of what you're saying, because if you pay attention to, yes, I mean, yeah, there's a blueprint. But to say that you don't have to create it, that's just so inaccurate. It's just so inaccurate, because you can literally see our civilization breaking down before our eyes. If it was just there and all we had to do was add to it, civilization wouldn't be breaking down. No civilizations would ever break down internally. But many have broken down internally, because it's when you start losing traditions and you start losing principles and you start losing and start allowing for the children to just decide, right? Civilizations break down. We've seen this with the Romans, we've seen this with the Greeks, we've seen this with other groups. So it's just inaccurate, imagination. That's just not how it's ever worked, ever. I say I disagree. Awareness is know that there's a lot you don't know, and not knowing can inspire insecurity. Right, not knowing does inspire insecurity. That's a lack of knowing, right? That is, right? That's why I put the knowledge and information into my son, so he knows. The genius amongst us may be insecure because they are aware enough to know they don't know. I mean, I guess there's plenty of geniuses that are the opposite of insecure as well. So I'm not sure what you're getting at, Majine. This sounds like you're just saying things. You have fool's confidence in their knowing. In reality, don't even know what they don't know. I mean, I don't, Majine, it just sounds like you're contradicting yourself now. I don't know what you're saying. You're saying children are wise and then geniuses are insecure. I'm not. It doesn't. You're just all kind of all over the place. I consider it wisdom to learn what not to do by watching other people. Yeah, you can consider it wisdom, but that considering it wisdom and it actually being wisdom, see, that's where a lot of that's why that is why our society is breaking down, because people are going off of what they consider words to mean instead of trying to really understand what the words mean. So wisdom is good judgment. Wisdom does have good judgment, right? Good judgment doesn't mean wisdom. You think the majority of kids lack good judgment? Yeah. Yeah. I would think the majority of children lack good judgment. I think it's pretty obvious that they lack good judgment. You know, yeah. It's not that they don't have any good judgment, but at the end of the day, they just, there's a reason why you have to be a certain age to do things. I don't know what else to tell you. There's a reason why there's a certain age to do things. There's a reason why that the parents are going to make the decisions are supposed to make the decisions for the children, because it's, they lack good judgment. That's why wisdom is associated with the elderly. There are no life inspiring and life guiding books written by children that adults are reading. There is no book of wisdom. There are books that are written by children. They definitely books that are written by children, but they're child books. They're not filled with great and powerful wisdom for adults to utilize and be effective in their adult life. So yeah, I don't know not one child that's not going to eat candy every day if you let them eat candy. I just don't know. I don't know one child that's going to stay away from conventional and commercial foods when the conventional commercial tastes great, tastes better on their own. I just don't know of any children that are going to do that. Right? I don't know of any children that are going to avoid gluing their eyes to their iPhone or to a tablet because they're like, you know what, this is rotting my brain, or this is damaging my eyes, or this is taking me away from nature. I don't know children that do that or have said that ever. I've never seen it. I've never heard it. Never. Right. Imagine you said wise people are not insecure. I didn't say that wise people are not insecure. I never made that statement. I never made that statement. I did talk about how, wisdom will take away a lot of those insecurities. Wisdom can keep a lot of insecurities at bay. Right. But I've never made the statement, I've never made the blanketed statement that wise people are not insecure. So that is an unwise thing to say. that I said that thing when I did not say that thing. Maybe you felt like I was implying that thing, but I never verbally said those words that, wise people are not insecure. There are plenty of wise people that have insecurities, right? And wise people tend to be able to deal well with those insecurities as well. They're usually able to overcome them. Able to manage them is a better way to put it. So a wise person can typically manage insecurities pretty well. It's not always the case, but most of the times it is. So, you disagree. Well, you said you disagree with something I didn't say. Wise people can be insecure because they are more aware. Well, you said geniuses. See, now you're mixing things. Because you didn't say that wise people could be insecure because they're more aware. You said geniuses could be insecure because they're more aware. See, and we have it written down up here. You said geniuses. And it says right here, the genius amongst us may be insecure because they are aware enough to know they don't know. You said geniuses. And maybe I should have actually addressed that, because geniuses, there's a difference between a genius and a wise man or woman. Those are two completely different brain characteristics or mental capacities. This is why these words mean so much. We have to really understand. That's why it's called, remember in school, it was called language arts. It was called language arts for a reason, because language is an art form. And you gotta understand, just like in art class, they teach you the principles in art, how to, before you go out and start creating your own, they give you the principles on how to paint, how to draw, how to sculpt, all these things, right? Same thing with language. Genius and wisdom, though genius and wise, people might use them interchangeably, but they're not the same thing. For instance, Kanye West, they consider him a musical genius. I don't know, maybe he is, maybe he's considered a musical genius. See, genius typically refers to being almost like astronomically intelligent in a particular field. Genius is almost always associated with an incredible mental capacity in a particular field. Wisdom is a highly mature, way of thinking and understanding. They're not the same thing as genius. So I can see what the confusion is between what you're saying and what I'm saying, because we're looking at the words differently. The soul knows where to go and who to be, where we were all created to know. I mean, this is true. The soul does know everything. I would definitely agree with that. Geniuses and wise, using the word two interchangeably. Yeah, you are using them interchangeably. Kanye West is wise too. That example proves my point. I don't know most people would not agree that Kanye West is wise. Most people would not agree with that. So, to me and to a lot of people, he says a lot of unwise things. He's also made a lot of unwise choices. We can see that. I mean, if you just look at his current marriage that he's about to get a divorce in right now, from my understanding, I don't see where the wisdom comes from. His last marriage and how that whole debacle went down, I don't see where you can see wisdom. He saw all of the other individuals date and marry Miss Kim K, and seeing how all of those relationships failed and how all those men were actually, their careers like catapulted down. I'm not sure where the wisdom part comes into place. But genius, yeah, I could say genius. We could say genius in different aspects too. But wise, I don't know about that, cause I don't know about that. So genius literally means exceptional intellectual ability and creative power and other natural ability. I mean, that is what it means. Exceptional intellectual ability. Yes, that is true. That is not what wisdom is, though. That's not what wisdom is. In fact, I already said how genius means astronomical mental capacities, incredible mental capacity. So you're saying that's what genius is. I guess maybe you looked it up and that's what it says. But that's what I said already. So I don't know what you're trying to say, Majine. But wisdom is always associated with. Wisdom means the quality of having knowledge, the quality of your knowledge, and good judgment. I don't see how you see those. So you're proving my point. Those are two different things. That's why they gave you two different definitions. Ashe legacy. So, Google gave you two different definitions because they're two different things. One is exceptional intellectual ability. That means like incredibly high, impressive. The other one is good judgment, quality knowledge, good judgment. There's nothing about good judgment is not great, it's not astronomical. The words are very simple when it comes to wisdom. Good quality, good judgment. Genius. The words are exceptional. Exceptional. That means that there's nobody like you. That means rare. Let me put it that way. Exceptional means rare. That's what exceptional means. So then when you say those are very close definitions, they're not. The words are telling you. You got to know what the words mean. Exceptional means rare. There's nothing in the wisdom definition that means rare. Good quality, that's not a rare thing. Good judgment, that's not a rare thing. It doesn't represent rarity in any stretch of the imagination. You feel like they're interchangeable. I would agree with you. You feel like they're interchangeable. They're just not definitionally. I don't know why you're trying to fit what's called a square block into a round peg or whatever. I don't know why. Just accept that they're not the same thing. I can go all day with that. They're not close definitions at all, because the words just mean something different. So if you say geniuses are wise, I would say that's completely wrong. That's a fact. That's not a fact at all, because they mean different things. If I say wise or genius people may be insecure, that's a fact. It's a fact that wise people can be insecure. It's a fact that genius people can be insecure. That's a fact. It's a fact that stupid people can be insecure. It's a fact that intelligent people, that smart people, that ignorant people, that people with different mental deficiencies. It's a fact that everyone can be insecure of any level of mental capacity. That's not the same thing as saying that geniuses are wise and wise is genius. It's not. When you think of genius, you think of Albert Einstein. You think of Tesla. Nikola Tesla. You think of people who know, Egyptians. You think of Imhotep, right? You think of Steve Jobs, maybe. I don't know if you consider him a genius. Yeah, you consider him a genius in a certain respect. When you think of wise, you think of Socrates. You think of old philosophers. You think of elders. That's always associated. If you watch any movie, wisdom is always associated with elders. Read any history book, wisdom is associated with elders. It's always associated with elders. Genius can be associated with someone that's a chess genius, a young kid who's 12 years old, chess genius, right? Someone who's in their 20s, a musical genius, someone who's, older, mathematical, Albert Einstein genius, right? Genius is something that people are almost all the time born with. Genius is something that you are born with. Wisdom can be developed in almost anybody. That's why elders are considered, the holders of wisdom. Wisdom can be built into anybody. Genius is something, it's a characteristic. It's a personality trait. It's something that you're born with. Genius, right? For the most part. Peace to Yahweh. So this is your Aries, Mercury arguing for the sake of arguing. Well, I might agree with that if I wasn't making sense, then I could agree with that. But since I am making sense and I am proving definitionally and by example my point, it's because I want everybody to understand there's a purpose to arguing, and the purpose is to come to an understanding, and it's to find and uncover the truth. All right. And as long as you are providing more information on top of more information on top of more information, then the argument, it's making linear sense, then there's no need to ever stop the argument as long as you can continue to make sense, right? That's the whole point of argument. Shades Legacy Amelia. That's fair. I'm gonna Legacy says gonna marry you in a minute. Okay. All right, Mama Mars says facts. There is a difference. Clarification and breakdown of making sense. Ashe, right? Because as a teacher, as an educator, Mama Mars knows the importance of sticking to the definition of words. You can't be an effective educator if you just willy-nilly changing the definition of things just based off of what you would like for it to mean or like for it to be, right? You can do that with slang words, and I think that's why our language is so all over the place, is because we have nowadays mixed slang, because slang can be moved all over the place. We take proper words, proper English words, or proper whatever language words, and then we associate that, like, okay, slang can mean anything, right? I can turn cap, which was initially associated with, the cap on your head, right? Or a bottle cap or something like that, to now mean cap. That's a lie, right? So I think it's slang that has that confuses language nowadays. There's so much slang intertwined into it that we now start to, as a society, a lot of youthful individuals are interpreting everyday language into a slang type of modality. So essentially, and slang is based off of how you feel the word, what the word means, right? How you feel about the word. So now we're taking those feelings and say, well, I feel that all these words mean this and that and this and that. See, that's a slang mentality. And we got to be careful about confusing slang with, proper language. Ashe, Machine, you learn a lot through debate. Ashe. Said growing or learning. KOS math is a whole language to me as well. Ashe. Yeah, I'm a math teacher. Ashe, Mama Mars. Yes, the math. The math is always math. And see, I was always a math kid growing up, so I look at the world in a math type of way where it has to make sense. 1 + 1 = 2, even though Terrence Howard would say otherwise, and I could understand his perspective. But I look at things like the numbers. The formula has to add up, right? So I look at language in the same way. Let's say, what was that? Pussimone. Oh, okay, I got you. There's money and weed, 43. Wow, I'm here by mistake, but everything happens for a reason. Ashe. It's a money, weed, 43. The math beast, Ashe. No, but yeah, the words are different, and it's important to agree on a definition. I still think genius and wisdom are synonyms of sorts. That's okay if you think they're synonyms, but if you're gonna believe they're synonyms, then you might want to prove that they're synonyms, at least to yourself first, and so that just prove it. I spend a lot of time when I think about things. When I come with epiphanies or I come on a new idea or perspective, I usually then spend time thinking about the fallacy in that thought. I think about the fallacy in that thought. So I'm always practicing. I'm always practicing playing my own devil's advocate so that I can then, one, see if it stands up, and then two, I can properly and effectively and quickly, explain my side to somebody else. Ashe, money, weed, 43. I appreciate the vibes. So legacy, you're about to be subtracted from the equation. Ashe. Why you want to take legacy out? You must be writing some things that I ain't see. They got deleted. He or she. Probably a he. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. Definitely went longer than I was expecting. Yes, it is an equation, not an inequality. That might be a little deep for y'all. Y'all might not be ready for that one. Mama Mars might have took it to a level y'all ain't quite ready for. It's an equation, not an inequality. I might have went over y'all heads. I don't know. Shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it on that note because I think that was the best comment of the night. It's an equation, not an inequality. All right, I hope that sink in because that's wisdom right there. That was a wise saying. See, there's a lot of one-liners that just sound cool. There's a lot of one-liners that are super subjective, meaning they only are really usable or accurate or can be really effective in one perspective, one way of thinking, one area. But then every once in a while, see, there's a saying, there's a line, one-liner that is objective and can be and is equally as effective and equally as powerful, useful, and correct in almost every scenario imaginable. And that is one of those ones right there. That's why it's a wise saying, because it fits anywhere, right? This is an equation, not an inequality. I hope y'all understand that one. So that went over my head. I'm gonna have to do a show now. I gotta write that one. I'm gonna write that one down in my book. I ain't got no book on my phone. Shay. It's an equation has one solution, and inequalities have several solutions. Shay. And I might have to, because we're gonna get on that one. I gotta think about how I want to talk about that one though, because that one actually represents pretty much what I do. Actually, you know what? I know exactly how I'm gonna talk about that one. I got y'all. I know how I'm gonna present that one. Yeah. I might have to do maybe a little research to like give you the most accurate depiction of it. But yeah, I got y'all. But I'll just leave y'all with this, just to think about. What Duublé does, her section of the show is an inequality. And then what I do, spiritual lessons, typically, not always, but typically deal with equations. So I deal more with equations on my part. Duublé deals more with inequalities on her part. That might give you some light into what that's saying and what my mom was talking about. Can you spell name right? Look, I've been holding this in for a long time. Shit. Yeah, you just gotta thank Logas. Ashe. So I'll catch you all tomorrow. We'll say Ashe, Asante, and Amen. Ime Kamalika. It is done.